Hello, good day, viewers. Welcome to another episode of NIMASA podcast. It is my pleasure to bless your screen today. I remain your host, Chukwuma Moghalu. Today I bring you again another discussion bordering on seafaring and seafarers, particularly seafaring in Nigeria from a captain's lens. The life, the experiences of a Nigerian captain of international repute. Before we start our conversation today, I need to remind you that sometime last year on this podcast, we had a seafarer grace our studio, a professional, a seafarer that actually has a difference and the drive to rule her world, and also to create great impact among her generation. As at that time, she was an officer in charge of navigational watch, but she had a dream, and her dream was to become a captain. So today, in the NIMASA podcast studio, we have a captain living the dream Lucky Deborah hopes to achieve someday. He's an astute professional, a seasoned sailor who has experience spanning over 30 years in seafaring. He is from Ondo State, Western Nigeria. He started seafaring as a young man out of secondary school. He has grown to the pinnacle of his career and is commanding many large vessels. Captain Ogunsakin Rotimi Williams is the president of the Federal College of Fishery and Marine Technology and also the Southwest Director of the Merchant Seafarers Association of Nigeria, presently the MD of Fablo Ventures. Please join me to welcome Captain Ogunsakin Williams Rotimi. You're welcome, sir, and it's a pleasure to have you in the NIMASA podcast studio.
Thank you very much. Exactly, you've already said everything pertaining to me, and the only thing I would like to ask is that I am a blessed seafarer. And God is not God that directed me, though with the help of some few people, and I've been a seafarer all my life. After secondary school, like you said it, I joined seafaring business, sailing as a sailor, just as an ordinary person on deck. Then from there, I have the instinct. I was enjoying the job then as a sailor, almost getting to the rank of a bosun. Then I saw the disparity between the ratings and the officers. But then there was no Nigerian officers on board. We have only white people, Japanese for that matter. I was trained by Japanese. Japanese are the people. So I was.
There was that disparity.
Yes, I was see the big difference. Then I was looking at this. Any way somebody can become something. I was aiming to become any little officers on board. But when you have a destiny, the destiny must speak. When I was seeking admission in the Federal College of Fishery and Marine Technology, it was some little challenge that happened. So I was discharged of my duty. So I now said this might be a time for me to proceed. I went to Federal College of Fishery and Marine, then calling the Federal Fishery School, or College of Oceanography, we call it then. Then I was trying to fill my form. I look at everything there. I was looking for a 6-month course that I would just do. Then I go back on board, sharp. Then from there, somebody was telling me, "What do you have?" I said, "I have school cert." "How many papers?" I said, "I have my papers." You now look at it, say, "Don't you do nautical science?" I said, "Nautical." I know I'm not looking for science. I'm looking for how to become captain or a mate or anything like that. Say, is there? I need mate course.
To just be an officer.
Just be an officer. He said, no, choose nautical science. Then that was how I began. I chose nautical science. Then it was much easier than now. No jam. Only do aptitude test. And when you pass, they look at the papers, off you go. Then I started my journey in the seafaring career. Now in the officer's line. I finished. I moved on. I was fortunate to have sailed even across the continent. Went to America, went to some places, up to Japan and other places I was sailing. Even when I finished, I still went back to work as a sailor.
Interesting.
So that enhanced my ability on board today. Anybody that say can stand me more than me, we are just going to be like equal because I knew what I have.
Yes.
So then that the time people in Nigeria were struggling to become captain because the vessels, the promotion was very rapid then.
Very
we don't have at that stage I was becoming an officer. Those other Nigeria had started becoming captains. So
you are bottlenecks.
You are aspiring to become captain at all. You are just struggling. You will be working hard with your officers for them to recommend you. So I was getting fast. My company wanted to promote me to captain because I did some fantastic job that they did not expect. Then I look at it because I had one horrible experience in South Africa. Okay. We went there to go and load fish. I was working on a river vessel. So on there we had a serious list over 25 degrees to starboard, which nobody could stand erect on the ship. So I tried to know what causes that problem. That was how I entered maritime. I said I want to know what. So when they wanted to promote me to captain, I said, "Bow, I was remembering that incident because I did not know the causes of that
and the trauma. What is actually happening?
The officers on board, I asked them. Nobody would give me exact. Maybe they don't want to tell somebody or what. I said until I knew what causes that problem, I would never take over vessel as a captain. Then I was having mates.
For the fear of not repeating itself.
No,
when you're
yes. So there was a time that period the suspended issue of master ticket in Nigeria because of all the fraudulent attitude of some people. Then I have to move to Ghana.
Interesting.
I get to Ghana, then we talk about mentorship. Yes. I will advise the younger ones about I lack mentorship.
Interesting.
And I lack both role model and mentorship.
Would that be because there were fewer people in that space?
There was lack of communication, number one. Okay. Because we don't have phone. When I get to Ghana, I did not know course I was supposed to do.
Okay.
My intention was to come here and get master ticket. So they told me to do class 3, which I will qualify for then. I said class 3, class 2, class 1. No. Which other course available? They said skipper. So
lack of knowledge at that point in time.
Like I said, somebody to really tell me, say, do that thing now.
Yes.
By today, I should be dragging posts with DG the master today.
Okay.
If I have done that class 3 then I now went for skipper unlimited. Yeah. We have skipper limited and skipper unlimited. I went for skipper unlimited, and I came out to be the best person in that school at that time. They said it because in all our sets were by 18 in number. I was the only one that did not have reference in my papers. Only one. They said I've not seen Nigeria like this before. Then I came down to Nigeria here, was struggling, working. There was some little disparity about the certificate. So people say skipper is for fishing, but I don't know. What I learned was not fishing. I learned general, rough weather maneuvering, anywhere I can go. So I have to come back again and enroll in Oron and went for I think I call it the highest Nigeria can offer, master greater than 3,000. I have that one. Then no, it wasn't then. Then we're having master less than 3,000 then. Okay. So I have it. Then I was started working in all these coastal.
Master less than 3,000 is for those that a lot of people will be watching us, and some people are not very familiar with the terminologies.
Yes.
So master less than 3,000 should be a vessel less than 3,000.
That is less than 3,000 gross tonnage. Yes. Those are vessels. That time we have single hull vessel. Okay. So those vessels of 5,000 tonner capacity then was less than 3,000 gross tonnage. Okay. But anything more than 5,000 deadweight or 6,000 deadweight, it will be more. So by the time
there was a limitation.
There was a limitation. By the time they introduced the double hull in 2002, 2003, then we need to upgrade. That was when they introduced greater than 3,000. I was among the first person that have it in 2006. I got mine in 2006. So though it was very tough, but I got it. So from there now, you are now upgraded. That is to say, with 3,000 greater, which is the maximum Nigeria is issuing since then till now, you can be a master on a vessel that is greater than there was no top limit.
Okay.
Then within the coastal area, that is within the NCV area.
Okay.
So they are not giving no limit. And with my own experience, I have been proudly using that certificate to carry vessels of 40 something thousand deadweight, that is above 20,000 gross tonnage since 2017. I have used to work with NNPC and I've done it well. Nobody has done. I've not got any issue apart from what I will discuss, which are the challenges that we are facing.
I'm sure we'll get to that.
Yes.
So this only sounds like the story of a young boy with a dream.
Yes.
You know, for you to achieve all these heights, for you to have all these experiences, over time, you must have had a dream.
Yes.
And this is your dream playing out, or this is what you worked for, dreamt of, then worked for,
Yes.
and it's playing out.
Yes.
So let's come back a bit and give room to people that might not be very familiar with the terminologies to catch up. Let's start by asking you to enlighten us more on who is a seafarer.
Wow. A seafarer is any man or woman that is certified and qualified health-wise and any other means that can be able to work on the ship. Either that one, irrespective of your rank, you are a seafarer. You can be a steward, you can be a captain, you are a seafarer.
You can be a cook.
You can be a cook.
And you're a seafarer.
You are a seafarer.
And you know, seafarers are one of, if not one of the most important jobs in the world. Because for every items we get, it is one way or the other passing through the hands of a seafarer.
Yes.
You know, a seafarer is being responsible for the transportation of all these items to us globally.
Yes.
So I like that you defining a seafarer as anybody. You can be anything on board,
Yes.
and you can be classified as a seafarer.
Yes.
All right. So let's bring a twist to it. My next question was to ask you how satisfying is it being a seafarer. But with your story alone, I'm not in that field, but it's satisfying to me listening to your story and how passionate it is. You know, but for those that would like to come into the career, right? What satisfaction do you drive from knowing that you're a seafarer?
As soon as you join seafarer, you have a visa to all over the world.
Free visa to the world.
Free visa to all over the world first. That is the first advantage.
Yeah.
Then second advantage, you are going to have a fantabulous pay. It's only that we need to work on Nigerian factor because seafarers are well paid. And what motivated me the first time I started sailing, I will tell you that story. When I joined the ship, we were leaving my first trip was from Lagos to Angola.
Okay.
Said we're going. So normally you suffer seasickness.
Yes.
Then as a young man, I was boasting that nothing can worry me. I have been climbing mango tree, guava tree, and all those kind of things. He cannot see, the sea cannot worry me. I don't used to see. So, but when the sea was worrying me, I was trying to endure.
Yes.
Then the thing was going almost, I cannot endure. So I took permission to leave job to go and rest. They told go, young man, go and sleep. I was sleeping in my bed. So suddenly I saw somebody bringing different type of provision. I saw cupboard within my bed. I thought it is for ship use. So they were now bringing provision, milk, Milo, powder, everything, putting on my bed, putting on my leg. As I was so upset that they have told me that these sailormen are not friendly. Why is it that it's my bed that they are putting this thing? Can't they allow me to wake up? So when I could no longer, I stood up. As I sat down on my table, on the couch, we were about 4 in the cabin. Okay. Because then I was telling one old man, there's this, I feel like drinking coffee. Can I take one of the coffee here? He said, what? He said, everything is for you. I said, wow. The whole of this thing is for me.
Very attractive.
I cannot imagine. We used to share lift in the home. And I have butter, big butter like this. Get bonfita, get things. They can't give me about 20-something things of milk. I say only me.
Only for you.
I say God, let me be able to do this job. Which sickness will leave me now. This sickness, in fact, I became well immediately. So I now became, in fact, I was ready for the battle.
Yes.
That nothing that will make me lose this
job. This is very
at that time.
Interesting duty.
Unlike now, when you will know your salary before you enter on board. Yes. That time we don't know our salary.
So it was that surprise factor.
The first thing I saw, I knew that definitely I will get good pay. So you have food in abundance on board. Okay. You have good accommodation. Nowadays, there's now good accommodation. Like in my time when I started, there's good accommodation. There is recreation facilities. Then your pay. So it's like you are not losing anything. You just come. If you are a good save, you can save properly. You come home, you have your money. Only we are not here with the disadvantage of it yet. Only the advantage of what we are saying. So if you join Seafarer, I can tell you sail all over anywhere in the world without taking visa. The start book is your visa. Your ship is sailing. Okay, your ship is sailing to Brazil. You sailing to Japan. You sailing to anything. You just start going.
That's all.
No need to go to embassy. And when you get to that country, you have port pass that will allow you to visit anywhere you like in that country.
Interesting.
Then the port pass have its time limit. If it expires, then your ship is still in the port, you go and renew it. Until your ship leaves the port because it gets expired. Okay. Those are the advantages we have as a seafarer.
So you see, it's very interesting with a lot of attractive, attractive things you get to experience as a seafarer. You get to travel the world. You get to see every part of the world. So having this free visa it comes at a price. So what should somebody hoping to get into the career path of a seafarer, what should that person expect? What are the processes?
The process is nowadays, unlike in those days, they don't require you to be educated. As a seaman, you just agree to go because they were begging people. They were begging people to join them. But now it has become the work of a scholar. Even you see graduates asking for OS, asking for cook or steward in the ship. Then let's say you have your school cert. It's better for you because you can progress. Okay. Unknowingly to me, I have mine before I went to sea. Okay, interesting. So it became an advantage for me to move on. So you have your school cert, then you will now go try and get your passport. Okay. You try and get your passport, then you go and do mandatories. There are some courses. There are some mandatory requirements for anybody, whether you want to be a steward, you want to be whatever you want to be on board because of safety of your life. Okay. If for someone to do this job for this number of years, I have done it. You do not see my hand amputated, you do not see my leg broken, you do not see scars on my face. It's a lot of safety precaution, and you must be smart. So because of this now, IMO have mandated everybody on board vessel, even for you to be a passenger from one point to another, you have to have minimum requirements. You have mandatories, then you have some. If you are going to tanker, you can adapt to tanker. You are going to offshore vessel, you can go to cargo ship. You have adapt to the one that. Those are the minimum requirements you have to have. Then you now pray to God that somebody should assist you to go on board. You can start as ordinary steward first, then or ordinary OS. Or you can start as that. Just as in those days we have Peggy, we have a dead boy, we have this, we have that. But nowadays, because of a lot of highly qualified people are joined, so those ranks are removed. Even small child of 18 years can join seafarer in those days. Then you start growing on board. There, but nowadays it's no longer like that. You have to be educated. That's like growing on the job. Yes. What is the capacity of captainship in our country? Are there a lot of captains in our country? Yes, we like the step that NIMASA is taking now. We're going to go back to our normal way, because in the I came into captain level as around 1990s, early 90s. Then I remember my first vessel I took was December 1st, 1992, as a master. It was a tugboat. I went to Port Harcourt to receive the vessel from Louisiana, and we received the vessel there, and I took the vessel as a master. Then there are a lot of opportunities in Nigeria. You don't lack job. There are jobs, and almost all Nigerian vessels are manned by Nigeria at that time. And within that period, it was when we have Liberian War, Sierra Leonean War. It's Nigerian that were taking vessels to all those places with Nigerian master home trade then. But now we have upgraded the certificate. But now I saw a deceit in our dealings by some powerful people that is claiming that Nigerians are not qualified to handle the sophisticated vessel. I have proved it to them.
Yes, we are an example.
Nigerians with Nigerian ticket can handle vessels.
Are very much qualified.
I have handled vessels that work with NNPC since 2017. In 2019, I worked with my matrix vessel. The first time the matrix vessel came, I took the two of their vessels. I do the second one. Then I left that place. I went to Azimuth Company. I went to White Dove in Warri. All of those ones are having big vessels, and I've been a captain. Even in White Dove, I was the only Nigerian given privilege among the expatriates, and I did not follow. I have not fall short. It's only, I can say, my own making that I left them. I resigned when I was thinking of getting a bigger salary, and a salary that I paid now is even bigger than what I was getting. So I left them. So I have Nigeria can do. Look at the vessel. Let us look at it from the perspective of the mooring masters. Okay. These mooring masters, they give them little training, and they are there. They man extra mass, super mass. Nigerians, if you go to Lome, we have Nigerian. India has come to Lome. They couldn't make it. Ghanaians have come to Lome. They couldn't make it. But Nigerians have taken over the whole mooring master in Lome. So I'm looking at a possibility that with the Nigeria, if we are talking about class 1 or what class we are getting, we are not. If IMO is delaying, is approving our school to issue unlimited certificate, let us patronize our own, which we have for the first time. This regime that has come has ushered in taking Nigerian with Nigerian certificate on those vessels they call sophisticated. I can mention some vessels now that Nigerians are captains with the Nigerian master home trade. With another NCV greater than and NCV chief engineer. They are doing it perfectly. They brought white people the other time to a company. I don't want to mention them.
No, yes, that's
they brought a white people. They removed all Nigerians. Then suddenly we could not make it. They could not use the ship effectively. So they have to
brought in Nigerians.
They have to brought in Nigeria back. I said Nigeria has been there now. It has been peaceful. So that is a so the only we need to do is let us give them, like those of us who have worked now, we can be an instrument to help the younger one. If you are taking over a vessel, you want to become captain,
like a mentor.
What you need to do, we can get a workshop and give them like type of survey you need to do, the sort of preparation you need to do when you are expecting survey, annual survey, intermediate survey, and different type of survey. Science inspection, you should know what to expect and you should know how to prepare them. So that's only the difference. There's nothing sophisticated in those vessels. It is the same vessel we are having. It's only the documentation has increased. So you need to be able to meet up those documentation aspects of it. And all we need to do is to find a way to brush them up. Maybe a week or 2 weeks courses for the new captain that is going on board. Then we'll continue monitoring them. That's all we need to do. Then Nigerian certificate, this NCV they are issuing in Nigeria is the grade. If you look at before you can pass it in Oron, you must have passed in other places 3 times. So if me myself, I went to Oron, I have reference. So nobody will not tell me that the certificate is not good enough. It's only one we need to do is let IMO be able to help us and allow them to issue. If there's anything we require, we have it. Before this, our present former NNSA captains and chief engineer, before all of them will pass away, let them be able to show, if only to go to the school either Federal College of Fisheries or Oron, they are there. They say, what are our teachers? These are our teachers. They were trained in UK, in their school. So I don't see how MO will not approve them. If that is what they require, they will approve them. Then, if that one fails, that's the only way. Because we need to make Nigeria a hub. Because we have, like this NSDP has opened Nigeria eyes. We have a lot of cadets now. We can train them fast.
That's like the Seafarers Development Program.
Yes, we can train them fast so that we can be supplying crew to other parts of the world. But if without proper training, without proper certification, we just waste money on the NSDP and they're just there, walking about the street.
I know, talking about mentorship, I know you're the alumni president for the college.
Yeah.
In all these associations, are there mentorship programs in place to ensure this knowledge transfer is going on? Because it's necessary to transfer knowledge at the right time to this younger generation. We can't do about the knowledge older ones like you have acquired over the path of your career, but at the same time, it's always good to transfer knowledge. So there's something in place in all of these associations that you're part of to transfer this knowledge to younger ones.
Yes.
To ensure sustainability.
Yes, we just finished we have had our conference where we at least we use that one to educate a lot of people in general, and a lot of our captains now have taken it upon themselves, or like chief engineers, to go to that school. Yeah,
I read something about you online where you are advocating to your colleagues that even though what they might get as pay might be low on this side of the world, they should just be encouraged to spend some hours as a contribution.
Exactly. Yes. And whenever I have chance, I go to the school to give them practical based knowledge. That this is practical based course that you are doing. Because no matter how you are brilliant in the class, without
theory,
having the practical, you cannot be there. You can grow up in the class and become whatever you want to become as an academic qualification, but the practical qualification will booster you and will become you. Because you cannot go and read in the class, get PhD, get whatever. Somebody will give you a ship as a captain. It's so possible.
You must try it out.
So we the alumni members, we are just all out there. We still continue encouraging the rest of us that whatever chance we have, when you're on time off, please come and spend time with the younger ones. Let's educate them. Let them know what it takes. Let them know, give them have big training.
Yes.
We are at that advantage because this school is in Lagos, and it's easy for us to go there. When I go to Oron, it's very, very difficult.
Yes.
But here we go there. In fact, there is a program they are doing. I think next week again now. I will be there.
Okay.
Many of us will be there to educate the younger ones. We are doing it.
Yes, it's very key for that transfer knowledge because no one will be here forever.
Exactly.
And it's your footstep and your footprint, what you leave behind, that you would always be remembered for. So moving away from the mentorship, let's talk a little bit on our own climb. What are the concerns of Nigerian seafarers?
Okay. I have some list of items here, which I think I will just mention them line by line. Then later I digress a little bit. I will not kill time of people, viewers out there. I will just
because the idea of the podcast is to make it short and very catchy. More especially to the younger generations.
Yes. So we talk about casualization of seafarers, lack of job security and satisfaction, discharging crew without notice. I have been down since April now. I've been off vessel since April. This one I said I was discharged without notice.
I was about to ask earlier, when was your last voyage?
April. You understand? So since that time now, I don't know when next I will get job. So if NIMASA have on the data, Ogunsakin has job in March, but in April it's down. They don't know where. Can we say I am employed? I'm not gainfully employed. So that is, we keep on having application for job every 3 months. We don't even know how to plan your life.
It's a vicious circle.
Even the crew or the AB or the oilers, we need to let them know in next month. I give Wide Off kudos. Wide Off under Iron Shipping, I give them kudos because they will always give you at least 1 month notice, no matter what you have committed. But some other people, because NIMASA is pressing on some Nigerian ship owners to employ Nigerians, I can see that they are now kind of punishing our people.
Yes, because the minister is hands-on. He made it very clear.
Yes.
Even the agency made it very clear that a lot of foreign seafarers have to be replaced.
Exactly. And it is taking... So when you are coming now, in those days, captain have right. I work in one company. Like I said, we don't want to mention name here. I work in one company, the same thing, they just suddenly send me a reliever. They say, senior captain is coming. A white man. They gave me sudden reliever. I resisted that. No, you cannot sack a captain like this. You cannot ask me to go home like this. They say 4 plus or minus 1. Okay, now I have not done the plus 1. Okay, they say company have right. I say okay, have right. I insisted. Did you know that I'm still suffering that punishment now? It's because I try to claim my right that I cannot go down like this. You don't know that I use my money for something. I should be aware in about a month at least, so that I'll prepare for the off going.
Next path.
See, today, there was a time I went back to that same company for re-employment. They now to refer that back to it.
An incident.
That because I fulfilled the righteousness, but they said because of that one, I was denied the employment. So they will now start blacklisting you for trying to claim your rights. So those are the problems we are facing with this criminalization and this thing. The review amendment of Merchant Shipping Act 2000. You see, we need to do the UK, where I learning from. They have Merchant Navy Training Board in UK. Where we have to have central board in Nigeria, where we can know that we are involved. All the stakeholders will be involved in training and all this and that. The review amendment of NSDP capture more officers.
Yeah.
The NSDP is a good program, but you can see a lot of cadets are now jobless.
Yeah.
We don't have vessels to put them. The officers are not moving forward. The 4 rednecks, that's where we have challenge now. If we are going to review the NSDP, let it capture more of officers. Young officers need to also go to UK or Canada or wherever
to get their training.
To get training. Then establish policy for compulsory cadet placement on vessels operating on our capital environment, either foreign or local. Yeah. You are operating our cabotage law must be enforced.
Yeah.
The cadet, if you put 4 cadets, you see that the cadet number will reduce. When I was in school for then, as we finish it, there is, though it was fishing trawler then,
yes,
but it's mandatory. That law should be revisited for other vessels. All vessel, government approved vessels, companies, institutions in Nigeria. Once you finish, then you go for cadets. It should become mandatory. Yes, so let us do that one. Infiltration of expatriates, which you already mentioned, and wage disparity. Okay. Where I was working, I don't want to mention name. My salary, when I was earning 2 million naira or 2.5 million naira, expatriate of my mate is earning $10,000 doing the same job. How? What is it? They are supposed to, in Nigerian law, it's supposed to be 25% for expatriate. That is in the situation whereby we do not have Nigeria can do that, perform that task. They are bringing expatriate. The expatriate will take 25% more than Nigeria, but what we are getting is more than 100%. So we need to work about that one. Implementation of discouraging foreign dominance on ship ownership by restricting operation of vessel flying foreign flag. They will have a stringent measure. They are doing it.
I think it's part of the whole capital regime.
They have started doing it. Because I was fortunate to be in one company that the owner was forced to register Nigerian flag. Say because they were giving him tasks too much. So let's continue. Let's add to that task. Those are the things we need to do. Then encouraging all forms of gender gender-based discrimination. You see, let me hold this area a little bit. You see, this gender, these females.
Yes.
It's like we are living in a room, in a house, in a flat, or in a room face me and face you apartment. We have men, we have women, we have ladies, we have boys there. Are we criminalizing ourselves? It is same thing on board ship. Somebody said the ship is not made to accommodate women. How? We have cabin, different cabin for everybody. So why should women not be allowed?
No, but I think the aspect of women participation, it's I think the field, because of the field was always perceived as a male-dominated field.
No,
but I think there are a lot of women.
We should remove that fear, because I have a lot of women.
I think the removing of the fear should be based on our encouragement.
Yes,
we should have encouraging ladies that are already in the field.
Yes,
talking to an aspiring younger generation.
No, what they said, we will say that if you come now, you are a cheapo now. Say, please, this is my sister, help me employ. Say, they will have abused her on board. It's not going to be so. They will give law, there will be a policy.
Yes.
If a woman is abused, that captain will be seized, certificate will be seized and blacklisted by NIMASA.
We had one guest, with us, Deborah.
Yes.
Lucky.
Yes.
She's an officer in charge of navigational watch.
Yeah.
And she's doing pretty well. So she's the kind of role models.
Yes.
We're encouraging for the females to have more females, as Captain has said, in the industry to participate more.
Yes.
That discriminating of male and females should be limited. It should stop.
Yes, it should stop.
It should be a field where everybody
I supported the idea because
participating.
we have a lot of female now in seafaring.
Yes.
And there are a lot of them. One we just lost one girl recently, and part of the problem was lack of getting a place to serve. The girl was so much Sandra. Sandra died because he was very close to me. So if it's easy that if we take boys, she take girls.
Yes.
If
balance it up.
Yeah, balance it up. They can know how to handle themselves when they come on board. Then we take about retirement benefit to all seafarers should be reinforced. Pension fund is not working. Me, 30-something years in the sea. My pension fund today stand at 3 million. So is that what I'm going to use to eat for the rest of my life? Because many companies are not honest with it. You may not have it for another 1 year, and because of the breakage we are having. Why is it that, like I said, when we started this time of thing in offshore, not even in tanker, when you are engaged, you are employed. You get your salary as normal. But now they say it's 3 more contracts. After the contract, bam, you have to be living at the mercy of the people in the office or managing agents. So we need to talk about that one. Then improving our maritime educational system, training vessels for company.
All right, Captain.
Establishing a cabotage compliance monitoring task force. The NIMASA to sign MOU with more administrations on COC acceptance. Let us get more countries. In those days, you used to see Nigerian certificates everywhere. When we were issuing home trade.
Certificate of competence.
Yes, we were using home trade then. We see Nigeria everywhere. But now, because of that limitation, that
limitation, I suppose, is that tonnage, less tonnage limitation. Is that what is the
limitation on sea area?
Okay.
This for good argument is limitation on sea area, not on tonnage. I used to argue this one with everybody that the gross tonnage is unlimitless, but it is sea area, because you have sea area A1, A2, A3, and even A4. Then you can operate within A1 and A2.
That's the region.
So you can operate so that you can operate within that area with your NCV. If not with your experience, you can carry a vessel, any vessel you want to carry. But this one, you cannot go to America, you cannot go to Japan with it as a captain. And you should be able to go as a chief officer if they are going for delivery voyage. So those are those things. NCV the NCV is our challenge. When our people are started finding their way to Saudi Arabia, some other country like that. But now somebody went and say, hey, this is NCV, why are you taking it? Now it's an giving issue.
Yes.
But there's somewhere you see Nigerian seafarer that will not perform well. We have the talent. God has given us the talent already. So we need to do is just little touch, and you see Nigerians there. So those are those little things I can put down that we need to work on.
Okay.
which already this new administration have been letting us know there is a brighter light in the tunnel. The man has been listening, and we are seeing him as a grassroots leader. Because most of, like the other day, we invited him less than 2 weeks. I was surprised. He didn't come, but he sent a very good man. That man was giving us exactly what we are expecting. So we are having hope, and I pray that God will bless that man and will continue to help the seafarer that is wishing to help us. So
we're keeping hope alive, and with the creation of the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry, a lot of activities regarding maritime has been streamlined, unlike how it used to be in those days when everything was, a measure of the Ministry of Transportation. So what's your take about that ministry? What do you think are the plus? What's the advantage of having that streamlined? Then let's talk about it in relation to the past day of Seafarer, which was I think on 25th June last month, which is celebrated every year and recognized by the International Maritime Organization. The focus of that day, the theme of that day was focused on safety at sea. So while we are discussing about the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and its advantages for having that streamlined effect, a ministry that now focuses on maritime activities, let's also brush and throw a little bit more light on the past day of the Seafarer, and what do you think that daily celebration every year is doing to advance the cause of seafaring in Nigeria?
Yes, if I must confess here that because you no need to hide.
Yes.
In the past, the Seafarer Day were celebrated by the people that are big. The normal seafarers were not normally engaged in it. But I saw this year on differently. I saw this year on that the invitation was thrown open, and seafarers were happy to be there, and that there was no seafarer that created problem there, and even the food, there was no discrimination about the food, about the drink. Everything was
participation was open across board.
But the cause of the way it was, I was one of the people that were organizing our own Seafarer Day separately in another place.
Yes, I was about to ask that. I knew you participated fully in the 2023 organization of some.
I did with this year. It is maybe the spirit that said that let's give this
come together.
Let's give this admission chance. Let's see what they wanted to do. We cannot just use the old thinking
template
to come and work with. Let's give. So we decided to pens back down, and when we started seeing the advert in the paper that seafarers are free to attend, say, thank God we did not plan anything.
Yes.
So that was, we are now having the unifying factor we are talking.
As it should be.
We are now seeing it coming gradually. We see the Blue Economy Minister that day put on uniform of seafarer. We've seen the DG NIMASA put on seafarer uniform.
Everybody was down on the full regalia.
It was so fantastic. Only the mistake we did that day, we did not do group photo.
Okay, interesting.
That thing pains me after we left. That we're supposed to take group photo with all of them, so that we see that we're now having a leader.
There's a drive.
Who want to be like us.
Uniform drive.
Yes.
Who admires your attire.
Who admire attire, and that means he admires us. So the happiness is in all seafarers that we are having hope. So it's completely different from what we have been having. We only used to hear that they did Seafarer Day somewhere. We don't even know who actually attended.
Interesting.
So that is.
So it's a plus to the administration.
Serious.
It's something different.
Serious plus. Not just already plus. Yes.
From what it used to be in the past.
Yes.
When there was a lot of segregation.
Yes.
This was more like a uniformed.
The fear
push.
That time that if the seafarer come, they will scatter the place. They will ask your unnecessary questions.
Yes.
That is why they will rather not call us.
Yes.
They will just do whatever they want to do without it. But you bring it all in. Even when people ask questions, you ask logical questions. If they cannot answer, we fight.
Yes.
So it's this one we are getting. I will not tell the other people that we there's something we still doing. Last year we were able to convince Navy to come and have football match with Nigeria, with seafarers.
With the seafarers.
And we did it it was fine. We ourselves organize it, but the way we are going to organize next now, we're going to involve NIMASA into it.
Please, it's very important.
We're going to make it a seafarers tournament.
Yes.
Whereby marine police will be involved, navy will be involved, and all other
maritime workers as well
will be involved. So that we will now make it a day that everybody will now. We should not watch Arsenal and Liverpool every day.
You know,
we should watch our
football is a unifier.
Yes,
it unifies Nigeria a lot.
So that day, because of lack of preparation, the Navy gave us, I think, 6-1.
No, and I'm sure you guys will do better this time.
No, this time around we're going to involve a lot of people into it, and if we're going to make the people know that they will get benefits if they win.
Yeah.
So and
gifts and all of that.
People will definitely do. So that we did, and we suspended everything for this year.
Okay.
So we are now looking at opportunity. Will come and talk to NIMASA that we have this thing we are doing. Since we are now working together.
Yes.
So no need for us to be doing one thing in the south and the other one doing in the north.
Yeah.
No.
It should not be done together.
Yes,
There should be a merger of interest.
Yes.
Because
exactly.
they said that when you go alone, how do they say it?
A snake will not be attacked if they are going together.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, you tend to go further when you go together.
Yes.
You know, the oceans and the seas.
Yes.
It makes up is a composition of 2/3 of the whole entire Earth's surface.
Yes.
And that's quite large. So it's very necessary we talk about capacity building. How do we build capacity in this line? You know, how do we develop on what we're doing already? What would be a brief advice, a brief form of, encouragement, for us to do better, to build capacity in the seafaring space?
Yes, we have been talking about it only with the non-mission capacity. All what I've been saying is all about capacity building, because Nigeria now, we have schools. Though we never reach 1/10 of India.
No, India it's 1.8 or 1.6 billion people population.
Indian, Filipino, Philippine, and they rely mostly on seafarers, income from seafarers to boost the economy, because they have it all over. So if we can, that time I read one article about India and Philippines, that was a time they were like us. So they are now making it any vessel that is flying their country, where you are coming regularly. They on ship now, they leave Nigeria, they go and load, come to Nigeria, they go and load, come to Nigeria from whatever they are loading, they come to Nigeria. Maybe in a year, they will come like 3 or 4 times. That ship is regarded as operating in Nigeria. We should tell the ship owner to employ our person, to put our person on board as a cadet, as a trainee. So all those people money that NIMASA is spending,
revenue generation,
we should be able to force them to put them on, so that by the time that the people, the UK now, they know what they are doing. They are making money from our Nigerian people. Nigerian, the stamp by stamp, Warri, Cocoa, Port Harcourt, stamp for our people. They take it to UK. UK will accept you because they want that dollar from you. They will accept you. They let you have the certificate. But tell them you want to work in the water, they will not allow. Because they know that we have not gotten the real training. So by the time we inculcate this idea of let those foreign going come into our country, half of our men, our boys on board our vessel as a cadet, that just if only one person, just please, we beg them. Then we are now do capacity. We are not going to do capacity for only NCV now, but building for foreign going.
Yes.
So with time, when we have a lot of real foreign going people, not just foreign going by paper, then
practical ones.
Yeah, practical ones. Then for Nigeria to buy foreign going ship, we interest them because they know we have men on ground that will handle the vessels.
Okay. Unfortunately, we should and we must be bringing our show to a wrap up as we conclude. We want to thank you so much for your presence and for also advocating for seafarers alike. We want to appreciate you for your time. On behalf of us in the Public Relations Unit, we say a big thank you. So that will be all for today, my viewers. Thank you for tuning in. You can watch this episode again on all our social media platforms at NIMASA Official. And please don't forget to subscribe to all our social media platforms. See you next week on NIMASA Podcast. Bye for now.